No one is able to take care of the problems of Muslims except for people who have integrity, wisdom, maturity, and experience. Among the signs of a wise person is that his heart always intends to be pure. His tongue is always wet with takhrullah, his eyes cry because of regret for sins. He faces all matters patiently and steadfastly, prioritizing the afterlife rather than the life of the world. Greet your death with the good deeds you can. Salat is the best charity for humans. If he does well, then follow them. If he does it badly, to stay away from the badness. I prefer to be seen by Allah Sot as a servant who does good compared to someone who does damage. We should try to keep boundaries, keep promises, be willing with what we have, and be patient with what we have lost. Learn from what has passed, and mean it. You are pioneers in Islam. People will be corrupt if you are corrupt, and they will be good if you are good. Indeed, Allah so created creatures correctly, so do not speak except for the truth. Allah will not revoke power more than He revokes the memorization of the Quran. I believe in Allah, who created me and perfected me. The pleasure of worship and for things, namely 1. When I am able to fulfill the obligations of Allah. 2. When I am able to stay away from things that are forbidden by Allah. 3. When I am able to invite to do good, amar maruf, and seek rewards from Allah. 4. When you are able to prevent evil deeds, nahi munkar, and protect yourself from the wrath of Allah. I am as content with my sight as I can be, content with my memory. Don't be fooled by gray hair and baldness, because behind all this there is something you love. Do not be negligent towards Allah, because Allah will never be negligent towards you. Everyone is given a problem according to their respective abilities. Why don't you change me with the sins that God has forgiven? Know the world is folded on deception. Don't be deceived by the world, and don't be deceived by Satan in obedience to Allah. Hard workers give me proof, not just promises. When a man's tongue becomes still and kind, then his heart will be pious and clean. O servants of Allah, be careful, you guys. Help your leaders, then advise them, and don't mistreat them. There are 4 things that are not useful, namely 1. Knowledge without charity. 2. Wealth without being accompanied by spending in the way of Allah. 3. Piety is only for show. 4. Long life spent without doing good deeds. Do business with Allah so surely you will get profit. No one hides a secret in his heart unless Allah will show it in the look on his face, or through the words that come out of his tongue. Make a goal for life, then use all your strength to achieve it. You can definitely succeed. If your hearts were clean, you would never feel full from reading the Al-Quran. The silence of a silent person is more dangerous than the treatment of other people's attacks. I am among those who are fierce-spoken, stone-hearted, and sharp-sworded. Among sinners, the worst is he who takes his time to discuss the faults of others. Avoid liquor, for it is the key to evil. The best people will want to guard and hold fast to the Book of Allah. Love of the natural world darkens the heart, and love of the hereafter illuminates the heart. The highest degree of faith is that you always feel you are in the presence of Allah. It is enough for you that people who are jealous of you will feel depressed at your pleasure. Take wisdom and lessons from the stories of former people. Allah loves people who want to leave the world. Angels love people who want to leave sin. And Muslims love people who are not greedy. Everything will perish, and the destruction of knowledge is forgetting the knowledge itself. I do not consider you successful in reaching an achievement until Allah tests you with His final trial. No one hides anything but Allah will reveal it through the look on His face and the slips of His mouth. When the Muslims are scattered, their faith will be torn apart and will lose strength in unity and oneness among them. The grave is the entrance to the afterlife, as well as the exit of the world. The pleasures and torments there are no worse than those in the hereafter. No one hides anything but Allah will reveal it by the look on His face and the slips of His mouth. O servants of Allah, be careful, help the leaders, advise them, and don't mistreat them. Greed is a disease for people who are unable to control themselves. You need active leaders more than leaders who often spit words. Deliberation before giving opinion. Convince them that the one who is right is you, while the one who is wrong is Satan. I always try to be able to control an animal by the harness. Worried about the world is darkness for the heart, while worrying about the afterlife is light for the heart. No one hides a secret in his heart, unless Allah will reveal it in the countenance or through the words spoken by his tongue. There are three things that I like in this world, namely, feeding hungry people, clothing naked people, and reading the Holy Quran. I don't consider you successful in achieving something until Allah tests you with His final trial. Salat worship is the best deed for humans. If he does well, then follow them. If he does it badly, then stay away from that bad thing. Allah loves people who want to leave the world. Angels also love people who want to leave sin, and Muslims love people who are not greedy. Good manners is to try to avoid doubts without all three. All that comes from God will return to God. No one can take care of the problems of Muslims, except people who have integrity, wisdom, maturity, and experience. Throw the world as God threw it. Take and give things in the right and proper way. Knowledge is better than wealth. Knowledge will protect you, while wealth you must protect.